Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm your tutor, Roland, and we'll be doing trigonometry. In this example, we'll be doing special angles and how to attack them when going to a test or an exam. So as you would have seen if you've watched the previous video, if you haven't, you probably need to go watch the previous to this one and the one previous to that, because you'll need to learn about things like Sohcahtoa, shade your rear because the x-rays tan your exterior, and many more. So in this case, we're looking at tan 30 minus sine 60. If you're not aware, you need to go watch the previous video. This is a special angle. Right, 30 degrees, 45, and 60 degrees are triangles that you can create, just like I've done over here. You've got a triangle that starts off as an equilateral triangle, like this one in the blue circle. You then cut the equilateral in half, and you get 30 degrees because you cut the 60 degrees at the top in half. You then get a line that meets the base, and it meets the base at 90 degrees. So, with this case, you've got your equilateral triangle having equal sides of 2, 2, and 2. When you cut your base 2 into a half, it becomes 1. You're then left with 1, 2, root 3, which is your upright. And now we can tackle with Sohcahtoa. Right, with tan 60, we know that tan is opposite over adjacent. We're dealing with the angle 30 degrees. So if we look at 30, you make it the subject. The opposite side would be 1. The adjacent then becomes root 3, and then the hypotenuse is always the longest line, which is always opposite the right angle of the triangle. So we're looking at 30 degrees, the opposite side is 1, and the hypotenuse is 2. In this case, we're using tan, so we're using our adjacent, so we use root 3. So tan 30 degrees is equal to 1 over root 3. We then have sine 60. Sine 60 goes as follows. We look at the angle sine 60. 60 degrees is your bottom left angle of your triangle. We know that we're doing sine, so it's O over H, Sohcahtoa. O is your opposites, which is root 3. Your H is your 2, so it's root 3 over 2. And we'll do this nice and slowly, but I'd just like to accelerate and give you an example, an explanation beforehand. So as I've said, Sohcahtoa is exceptionally important. We've done this tan, now let's do the sine. Sine 60, opposite root 3, hypotenuse 2. So we'll write that down. How do we then subtract these values from each other? We'll get into that. But once again, if you do not know what's going on, please, I wouldn't say just begin the video again. Go and watch the previous 2 videos that are in this playlist. They're well categorized and they follow on from each other. So you need to start from the beginning. If you're here from the first 2 videos and you can't remember, please go back and watch them. They are so good in terms of explaining basic trig. So let's move on with this problem. We've got tan 30 minus sine 60. We've got 1 over root 3 minus root 3 over 2. Well, what are we going to do? Well, I'm thinking we need to find a common base. I'm seeing a root 3 and I'm seeing a 2. So what I'm thinking is multiply both terms by 2 root 3. Both the 1 and the minus root 3. So let's say 1, yeah, there we go, 1 over root 3 minus root 3 over 2. I always like to rewrite it, and I've mentioned this in many of my videos. Teachers love it when you open up and restart by writing the question correctly. Then you don't have any follow-on errors, and even if you do have a follow-on error, at least it's easy for the teacher to follow, and they don't just go, you know what, this guy doesn't know what's happening, or this girl doesn't know what's happening, give them a cross. So I've rewritten it out. I have put it in blue, common base. What is your common base? Your common base is 2 times root 3. Okay, because if you put them together, you'd have a root 3 times a 2. Nice and smart way of writing this would be to put the 2 in front of the root 3. So you'd say 2 times root 3. Okay, with that said, let's move forward. And we say 1 times by 2, all right, minus root 3 times by root 3. All of that is then over your 2 root 3, because on the left-hand side, if you look at the 1 over root 3, as soon as you multiply by 2 times root 3, the root 3's cancel. And you're left with this answer, 2 minus 3 over 2 root 3. So your answer is minus 1 over 2 root 3. If it's too fast, please check out our videos online. Easy game.